Most women don't struggle with self love. They struggle with self acceptance because it's easy to love yourself when you're feeling good and your confidence is all the way up. But loving yourself in transition, especially when you are on your way to becoming your next level self, that's where the real identity work lives. Yes, friend, I'm Letitia, and today we are rewiring your self love from the inside out. We are taking it from surface level to soul deep. Today is not about feeling better, it's about treating yourself differently. We're going to get into how self love shows up in your real life. The one thing we have established is self love is not a mood. It's not confidence. It's not an aesthetic. It's not even motivation. Self love is the full acceptance of your wholeness. Yes, friends, that means accepting yourself, flaws and all. Self love it's embodying, it's totally loving yourself in your wholeness. And it's reflected in the way that you take care of yourself in every area of your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. It's the way that you choose to love on yourself. So it's not about a mood. It's not so much about how you feel, it's about what you choose to love yourself fully with understanding and forgiveness and a deep level of respect for who you are, who you've been, and who you're becoming. Sometimes love gets a bad rap because a lot of expectations and conditions get placed on love. And it's not just the romantic love or love that we have for the other people in our lives, but even just the love that we have for ourselves. Sometimes those conditions can look like, maybe you feel like you're not going to love yourself until you reach a certain weight, or when your body or your face looks a certain way, or when you achieve your financial goals or career goals, or when you finally have the love of your life or the car of your dreams, or you finally have a baby or grow your family. There's so many conditions that we can place even on our self-love. But self love is not conditional, it's intentional. It's an identity, it's a decision. It shows up even in the way that you talk to yourself. And it especially shows up in the way that you choose to show up for yourself and stay with yourself, even when things are messy. What's beautiful about self love is you don't have to wait to love yourself. Your conditions don't have to change. Your circumstances don't have to change. It's not contingent on anyone or anything outside of you. It isn't that once you meet the love of your life and they love you the way that you want to be loved, that you'll then love yourself the way that you want to be loved. It doesn't have to be contingent upon someone else or something else. That's where we raise the conditions off of the self love and just love yourself fully right now, as is. The main character mindset shift is you love yourself into your becoming, loving yourself right now for every flaw, every beautiful imperfection, just loving yourself as is right now in this space, in this moment today. You deserve that level of self love. You deserve to have that level of love in your life right now. You don't have to wait for anything to change. You can simply just make the decision. Self love in action looks like choosing yourself and granting yourself grace again and again and again. There was a time when I used to think that self love was all about bubble baths and cute journals. It was all about that treat yourself stuff, all of the cute self care things. And yes, that is a part of it, but that's not all that there is to self love. It is more than just self care. Self love shows up in every single season of your life. It shows up during seasons of uncertainty, through seasons of doubt, and even through those seasons when you're reinventing yourself or redesigning your life. For me, it showed up heavily during my greatest heartbreak season. And that was when my mom made her transition to heaven. And if you want to hear more about that story in its fullness, go back and watch the last two episodes because I get into it in length in those episodes. But during that heartbreak season, that was the time when my self love really showed me what it was all about. Because that was during the time of my life when I felt like I didn't know who I was without my mom. She was my everything. And so much of me and my life was wrapped up in her. And I didn't realize it to the level of its fullness until she passed away and made her transition to heaven. And I had gone from being on this long journey to find love to really finding myself. And as I was on that journey of self discovery, I started to realize, like, you know what? I really like myself. Okay. Like, okay, girl. I was like, oh, wait a minute. She's okay. She's an it girl. Oh, I kind of like her. Okay, all right. And, I grew from the kind of like to, I really, really like her. And all of that like grew into love. I started really, really loving who I am. And it was in that season of really falling in love with myself and who I am that I then attracted the love of my life. And what's so beautiful about that is my level of self love is reflected back to me through my husband's love. Like I literally get to see my own self love on display through his love for me. And that is such an incredible demonstration of self love showing up in such an important area of my life. And when I look back at that season of falling in love with me and falling in love with the love of my life, I really realized that self love for the first time in my life was not optional. It was survival. It became my lifeline. Self love is really a major key that unlocks so much in this life. Now, let me tell you what self love looks like and sounds like when it shows up in other places in your life. It can look like I'm on my road to becoming, and on this road, I will not abandon myself. Because self-abandonment, it's so easy to do. And a lot of times we're not even conscious about it happening. It can happen when you are just so deep in fulfilling important roles in your life, whether it's as a wife, a mom, a business owner, or even within your family or your friendships. Self abandonment is very sneaky at times. It's often operating in stealth mode. Like we don't even realize that the self abandonment has happened upon us. Because maybe there's someone who becomes ill and now you become a caregiver. Or maybe you are just knee deep in mommy mode or in parenting mode. Or, maybe it's the season where you are the Uber driver and you're doing everything to get those 5 stars. Or maybe even your own health becomes a challenge and suddenly it's all hands on deck surrounding your health. Or maybe you are in the midst of working towards a promotion and you're super focused in on your career. There's so many different things in life that can happen that can cause you to put yourself on the back burner or cause you to say, you know what, let's put a pause on the things that I need or the things that are important to me because I really need to focus in on this role or responsibility. And I get it because you want to be the best partner, parent. You want to be the best at your profession. You want to be the best because how you do one thing is how you do all things. So I get it. There is that great expectation that even we put on ourselves to strive for excellence. And even in the midst of that, even when it's the right thing to do, it's still not a reason to fully put ourselves on the back burner or not even on our own plate. Like if you're not in your top 3, it's time to reevaluate. It even shows up when you are in those pivotal moments when you get to choose if you want to continue to stay who you are or if you want to choose who you're becoming instead. Now, examples of this is like the you right now, somebody can catch it. Like you are all for matching energy right now. But the you that you're becoming, she's like, you know what? This does not require my energy. I will not match energy with you because I cannot waste my energy going down there to meet you where you at and then have to bring it all the way back up. So that is what I mean. I could just see somebody right now, like you probably over there, like, yes, I match energy. But the higher version of you, she's above all that. Now, this one might be my favorite. It's practicing compassion like it's a commandment and not just a cute suggestion. We can be so very hard on ourselves. It is not necessarily other people being hard on us. So many times, it's just us being so hard on ourselves. That inner self critic, she is a beast. She ain't nothing to play with. But where can you show yourself deeper compassion for simply just being a human, having a human experience? That's where your self love lives. Ugh. That's where your self love lives. Better? Okay. Now, as your coach, I have to ask you, where are you being the hardest on yourself right now? Where is your inner critic, your inner negative self talk? Where is it really giving you the business right now? It's important to know where this is showing up for you in your life in real time. Now, would you allow anyone else to talk to you the way that your inner critic talks to you? I think not. So many times we give that inner critic a pass because we think that tough love is really so effective. And if we don't give ourselves tough love, then we're never going to be motivated or disciplined. When, friend, if giving yourself tough love to the point to where you have broken yourself down to your brake pads, if that is the kind of tough love that you think gets you results, it would have gotten them for you by now. Okay? But it hasn't. It has not done you any justice. Truth be told, you don't need not one more person critiquing you and coming down on you. And that includes you. That includes your negative Nelly self talk going on. You don't need it. You do not. There are so many other ways to thrive. You can hold yourself accountable without accusing yourself of being the worst person alive. You can just skip that part and grant yourself some grace. Grant yourself some compassion. Talk to yourself like you love yourself. Talk to yourself like you are your own best friend. Your self talk, so many times, is what is blocking you from so many of your blessings. And if you've really been struggling with your self talk, please go listen to episode 263. It's taking you from self drag to self devotion, okay? Because we're serious about our positive self talk around here. But it's so good when it comes to really understanding that negative Nelly and how to shift into more of your own inner cheerleader instead of your inner critic. Okay? Okay. Self love is really not about critiquing yourself, it's more about connecting with yourself because the relationship that you have is your foundation. And it really, truly does set the tone for every other relationship you have, whether it's with your family, friends, at work, with your neighbors. Every single relationship that you have is a reflection of your self love. So please, friend, if you need some additional support in really working on your identity, I created something special just for this moment. You can download your free self love script. It's right down below in the video description, and it will really help you to anchor in your identity and not be focused in on your mood. It's really going to help you do everything that we talked about today. Okay, friend, I hope that you loved today's episode. Drop me a little comment and tell me what you're thinking about this series so far and what your big takeaway was from this video. And make sure that you're subscribed because tomorrow we are talking boundaries and not in the way that you're used to hearing about it. So I'll see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, I'm sending you big virtual hugs. And I'm so proud of you for being here and making this connection and giving yourself the self love that you deserve. Okay, friend. See you tomorrow.